Watching a developing story tonight, an urgent motion to suspend the acting Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department Chief Julius Mkhwanazi. It's been debated in the last few hours. SABC News reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa is in Germiston watching that council deliberation for us. Mbalenhle, so all of this stems, doesn't it, from evidence given at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry by the KZN Police Commissioner Mkhwanazi saying that this Mkhwanazi from Ekurhuleni had basically been doing the bidding of Vusumuzi Cat Matlala cars fitted with blue lights, registered as municipal vehicles when in fact they were privately owned. Has council come to a decision on his fate?
Well, it would seem as though we would have to wait a little while longer before we hear if the brigadier will indeed be placed on precautionary suspension. What happened in council today was that the councillors in council did indeed begin to debate and deliberate on the motion that was presented before council. However, the vote did not take place. The mayor of Ekurhuleni, Mkhwanazi, indicated that he would like to make a recommendation to refer the matter to the acting council, the acting city manager, in order to deliberate and find a decision, to compile a report that has already been, that is already in the process of being concluded and will be presented before council in October later this year. He joins us now to explain to us how he would like our council to proceed on this matter. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. We heard you speaking here in these council chambers about the future. Please kindly explain to the viewers your recommendations to council today.
No, thank you very much. I think what is important is that council indeed deliberated and council resolved that all these matters must be referred to the city's administration, which is a city manager who legally is the one who's are able to deal with the disciplinary issues of because council deals with the employment and the discipline of the city manager, but also those that report under him, which are HODs. Any other officials who are below the senior management, the middle management, the junior officials are dealt with administratively. So that's what council emphasized. So all the substantive issues that would have been raised are actually, before the city manager to actually, finalize. But what is important is that we had, as a council, already commissioned an internal investigation in beginning of August. And because you understand these things happened in 2023, it was even before I became the mayor. But what is important is that the investigation then is able to say, how far is the process? Is the internal, the suspension, the DC that took place, what would have happened? But secondly, to look into the IPID report that would have served, what happened to it. So those two issues are issues that the mayor, I've been briefed yesterday, on Tuesday and yesterday, I received a briefing from the audit committee. There is a preliminary investigation. So we need the city manager to actually conclude so that a report is processed. Then council is fully briefed. When council actually, take any other decision, it will actually be informed.
What I hear you saying is that the investigations, or the internal investigation, is at an advanced stage, and council should therefore wait for that matter to be concluded. But how long will the residents of South Africa need to wait? I mean, especially since this matter has now taken the national debate and because of the Madlanga Commission.
Well, I mean, we don't want to also trample with the proceedings in the commission. We respect what is before the commission, and I'm sure those who are due to appear before the commission, they will have to appear there, and certainly to shed some light as well. But in the meantime, we have to, ascertain ourselves what happened in 2023, because a suspension happened, a DC happened. Ours is to then be ascertained. Did it follow all the processes? Because you can't suddenly today institute another suspension when a suspension would have happened. So you must actually be informed. What happened in
I'm
that
sorry,
process.
we're running out of time. However, I just need us to labor on that fact that you've just raised, the fact that this is not the first time that the Brigadier Mkhwanazi is being suspended, or there are talks of him being suspended on the same matter. Talk to us about how you're going to address that.
All what we're saying is that we need an independent report to actually tell us how the internal process unfolded and how it was concluded. And importantly, the IPD report, how it was processed, so that we then are satisfied. If there is anything that did not follow all the processes, we must then ensure that the process is actually concluded. And I'm sure that's what South Africans are looking at. How do we ensure that if there's an allegation, we test it in our own system? We actually ensure that everything is applied to the latter, because our commitment is that we must run a compliant administration. We must make sure that all the allegations that have actually been raised, we take them on a serious light. But of course, we're mindful that there is a commission that is ongoing. We are not seen to be doing anything that will trample with what the commission is trying to do.
Okay. No, thank you so much, Mayor. We have run out of time. There you have it. That is Ekurhuleni Mayor Nkosindiphile Xhakaza, who has made a recommendation before council to have the acting city manager to fast track an internal audit investigation into the allegations that are now being discussed at the Madlanka Commission pertaining to businessman and criminally accused Vusimuzi Kat Matlala, and the allegations that his vehicles were registered under the EMPD in Ekurhuleni, as well as, and that they were also fitted with blue lights. But the mayor deliberating, explaining that this matter has been investigated before, considering that it happened in 2023 and the ANC was not in power at the time, or rather the coalition that is led by the ANC and the EFF was not in power at the time. And that this is not the first time this investigation is taking place, but they need to ensure that before they do approve a decision to suspend the Brigadier Julius Mkhwanazi, they have all the information that is necessary. So we have to wait until October this year to find out if he will be placed on precautionary suspension or if he will continue to be remain on a leave of absence. It's back to you in studio.
Mbalenhle Mthethwa live for us in Germiston tonight. Mbalenhle, thank you so much